sometimes, when I graduated from college, it was the time of the Vietnam Troubles, and I had gotten a teaching fellowship at the Writers' Workshop in Iowa, so I was out there. And they had a very nice place for me to live as part of the fellowship. The guy whose house it was, I had a basement apartment down there. He was a puppeteer, this guy, as well as so he taught classical literature or something. And I was drinking pretty good. I was also doing research in other areas. And periodically, I would come upon his puppets. And it would fuck me up. And in fact, by way of validating this thing about, hey, Danny, projecting into whatever the source of order is, having a kind of malicious, a predisposition to posit them as not out for your own good. I say, sure, he's putting the puppets there to drive me a little fucking nuts, this guy. Dr. Arnott, I just remembered his name. So, at college, the thing about being a writer, I am of an age where the whole idea about being a writer was how well did you hold your liquor? And write. It was a given that you were supposed to be drunk because Hemingway was a drunk, Faulkner was a drunk, Fitzgerald was a drunk, all my teachers were drunks, Richard Yates, big drunk, Kurt Vonnegut, tremendous consumer of cannabis. And I was an alcoholic anyway. So, now the order that I was given could not have been more benign. I had to teach a course twice a week, and it was Iowa at that time. They weren't that good in football. A great basketball team. Downtown Freddie Brown, John Johnson. Oh, really? They both had very good professional careers. But the point was, part of my job was to teach these guys. And the way that the department made sure that you understood that these were these athletes were not to be judged too harshly was you got an additional $10 an hour for every one of these guys that you tutored, and you could tutor as many of them simultaneously as you could find. So that's like $120 an hour, right? Believe me, those guys did well. So in terms of the benignity of the circumstance, the puppets notwithstanding, so I had a place to live. I was making a good buck. I had sold a novel. The downside there was I had sold it to a number of different publishers, so that, and of course that bespeaks, again, a certain ambivalence toward the contract, the whole concept of contracts, which is one form of order. And plus I was shit-faced all the time.